Hello, Netroots Nation. I'm so happy Netroots is back in Pittsburgh since its first time in 2009. In 2009, President Obama had just been elected. The Pittsburgh Steelers had just won the Super Bowl, and I was a freshman in college. Since then, we've made real progress. A lot has changed in the last 13 years. Sometimes it feels like we've gone backwards. But I know we've made real progress because I've seen it and I've lived it. I stand before you today as a black kid from a small steel town, often overlooked by power brokers in Harrisburg and Washington, as the proud son of a union bus driver and a hairdresser, part of the first generation in my family to go to college and earn a college degree, as the Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I'm running to be Pennsylvania's first black lieutenant governor. That's real progress. My story shows the promise of progressive leadership. I got my calling to public service after somebody was shot on my block when I was 16 years old. I went to a McKeesport City Council meeting, the town that I grew up in, and there were two things that I noticed when I went to that meeting. One, there was nobody in government that looked like me, and there was nobody in the government talking about the issue of gun violence. So instead of waiting for somebody else to do it, I got involved at 16 years old and created a violence prevention organization to help combat gun violence in my community. That led me to become the first black state representative to ever represent Pennsylvania's 35th legislative district or any district in Western Pennsylvania outside of the city of Pittsburgh. Over the past 5 years, I've fought for working class people in our state capital, fighting for working class families and investing in our communities, fighting to reduce blight and remediation, fighting to connect communities that have been left behind from the collapse of the steel mill industry to the economies of the future, fighting to make sure health care is more affordable for those who need it, standing up to big polluters when they seek to take advantage of our communities and our people, and fighting to reform our policing system to create the first officer misconduct database in our Commonwealth's history. But my work isn't over, and neither is yours. The stakes could not be higher, and the contrast could not be clearer here in Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro and I are running to move Pennsylvania forward, to create an economy that works for everyone, to ensure every child has access to a quality education, regardless of their zip code, to make sure our communities are safe from gun violence, and to protect our freedoms and fundamental rights. Our opponent is the most extreme and dangerous gubernatorial candidate in the country. He seeks to ban abortions with no exceptions for rape, incest, or life of the mother. He seeks supporters from a website called Gab, where it's a haven for anti-Semites and extremists. And let's talk for a minute. The Republicans love to cloak themselves in the banner of freedom. Well, it doesn't sound like freedom when they tell women what they can and can't do with their own bodies. It doesn't sound like freedom when they say you get to vote, but they get to pick the winners. And it doesn't sound like freedom when they tell our children what they can and can't learn. Your work, the work you all are doing in your respective communities couldn't be more important. We need you off the sidelines and in the game right now. This won't be easy, but we need you involved in our campaign here in Pennsylvania. We need to build a movement to power change in Pennsylvania and across this country. More than winning this election, we need to meet this moment, inspiring and mentoring the next generation of leaders. And I've often said that the people closest to the pain should be closest to the power. We have an opportunity to send that message loud and clear in this election. Thank you. Let's go to work and let's win all across this country. Thank you.